Hey, welcome back. On my way home, looking rough, feeling rougher. I'm not sick, it's just this time of year with the snow on the ground and the cold temps, I feel so lethargic and like I'm walking through quicksand to get anything done. You ever felt like that? Leave me a comment down below if you feel like that this time of year. I'm a warm weather bird. I cannot tolerate cold, and I'm ready for spring, that's for sure. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. So let's get into what we are here to talk about, which is real estate investing and a few tips that you can do before you actually get into the investing part. So why real estate? I have been interested in real estate for a very long time. I worked for a property management company while I was in college and after college for a little while, and I saw firsthand the type of cash returns that investors in real estate get. And I thought at the time, even then, when I wasn't even in a place where I could build wealth, I thought, man, if I could just get into real estate, that would be awesome. Of course, life happened and things happened, and yes, we've made some progress in our lifestyle over the past years, but we haven't yet got to a place where we can invest in real estate. And this is what I'm doing in the meantime. So why am I making this video? I think I'm not the only person out there in this situation. There's not a lot of representation for people like me. Moms with full-time jobs, with lots of kids, lots of demands on your time, and not a great income. So there's not a lot of people out there that can represent that group of people. And a lot of those out there on YouTube, on different social media platforms that are investing in real estate are doing it as young singles who have the ability to work, have the not a lot of time constraints, so they can DIY a lot of stuff. I don't have that. And it's going to be interesting to see how this process progresses for me because of that, because of my situation being different from a lot of the other people on here. But I am ready for it. And I think these tips can help a lot of other people out there. So as a mom with a below average income and not a lot of ability to save right now, what am I doing in the meantime until I can save up that cash for my first real estate property? What are some things we can work on in that meantime as goal-oriented people who need goals to work towards? So this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. And these are 3 steps. Stay tuned to the end of the video though, and I'll give you a few extra on what you can work on. These though are the ones I'm personally working on. First and foremost, this is the most important one, build a plan. Know where you're going, because without it, you have no purpose. Know what you're working toward. Get very specific. Ask yourself the hard questions like, how much in cash flow do I want to make in real estate properties, in rental properties? How involved do I want to be? How many bedrooms do I want my first house to be? How many bathrooms? How good of a deal do I want to get? How good of cash flow do I want to get? What's my magic numbers? Know all of those things. And you have the time, so research it out and learn from other people who have been there on how to calculate those numbers exactly for you. Every situation is different. Every person has their unique circumstances, and I think it is essential to know that your numbers will not match my numbers, right? So figure out what your numbers are. That will be the most motivating thing in your life when you feel like, hey, I just want to call it quits because I am not saving fast enough. I'm never going to get there. Housing prices keep going up. I think it is so important to have a plan that you can look back on in those times. Number 2, build your team. This is super important as well. Not quite as important as the first one, I guess, but this one's pretty important too. Build your team. You don't have to go through this alone, and you shouldn't. You don't know everything. We're taught that we're supposed to do things by ourselves, even in school. You know, I've said it before. When you collaborate in school on a test, it's called cheating. And nobody likes group work because inevitably there's someone that doesn't pull their weight because nobody really wants to be there in the first place, I truly believe. But all that aside, there are people out there that enjoy the real estate market. They enjoy their portion of what they do. When everyone's required to do everything, they all get burnt out, right? So don't try to do everything yourself. Find yourself a good real estate agent. Find yourself someone who knows real estate taxes. Find yourself a real estate lawyer if you plan to be very involved in the whole process, because at some point you're going to need a lawyer to draft forms and applications and things. So build your team. Find out who you need and find the best professionals in your area. You will be surprised at how many people are willing to help if you just reach out. Find people with good resources that are willing to direct you in the right places, help you find deals, help you get into the right associations, network. Something I'm doing is networking with our local real estate investors agency. It's a group that meets, and I am getting involved in that. So it's just, real estate is a lot about connections, honestly. If you know anything about real estate, you know the best deals go before they even hit the market, right? And because it's all about who you've talked to. So start talking. And then number 3 is to build your cash flow. So what can you do while you're not able to save a lot of money at once? You can add value to your life so that your cash flow goes up. Use your taxes more efficiently. Stop overpaying in taxes so that you get an income tax. You want to be, probably about $1,000 over, so that you aren't getting more than $1,000 back in income taxes. If you are, then maybe it's time to adjust, because that's just an interest-free loan you're giving the government instead of having your money that you've earned in your pocket. Learn new skills. Learn or hone the skills that you have and are interested in. Start a business. Increase your cash flow in any way that you can, because that will help you get to where you want to go. And this is odd for me to say, but I'm not a proponent of just chucking all of that into your investment funds, because yes, it will help you get there faster, but you're going to be hustling and hustling and hustling, and you're going to feel like none of that is worth it until you get that house. But if you know anything about dieting, you know that eliminating is the worst way to diet, because at some point you're going to break. If you cut out all the things that you love, you're going to break at some point and give into it. So I am a much bigger fan of percentages for that reason. I'm just about to get home, so we're going to wrap this up quickly. So those are the 3 things I am doing before I invest in real estate. Some other things that you can do that I don't have to work on at this point in my life is to build a credit. It is a huge factor in getting a loan. You can evaluate your debt to income ratio. I have a pretty high debt to income ratio because of my student loans. Go back and watch my videos. I have about $100,000 between myself and my husband in student loans, and I have a high debt to income ratio because of that. And then you can learn, like I said, learn about the market, learn about your numbers, consume everything that you can in order to become more savvy at this thing called real estate. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Those are some things that you can do. I hope this video was good for you. I hope you hit the like button and leave a comment below on what your plan is once you figure it out. My plan is to save my down payment, to move out of the house we're living in, to move into a newer construction home, and then to rent out the house we currently live in and fix it up as a rental property, because hint, hint, you can get tax deductions for fixing up a rental property. You don't get any tax deductions for home improvements. So that's my plan. I want you to leave yours down below. Don't forget to smash that like button so that YouTube can send this to other people in similar situations, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.